Something a bit different today, more of a look at a website which I think most people I know when I'll say when I refer to Channel Awesome or that guy with the glasses. Now I have absolute loads of respect for Doug Walker. I think that he's a nostalgia critic and he's done all sorts of other sketches and stuff like that. They've been really, really good. There've been a few misses in the past, but mostly he's done very good. Now, for those of you who don't know, towards the end of last year he retired the Nostalgia Critic. Now the main draw to Channel Awesome's main website was the Nostalgia Critic. He was the top biller. He was the main draw and attraction. Now the idea was that Demo Reel was going to become the main draw and attraction. That didn't work out at all. My own personal opinion of Demo Reel, it really wasn't good. But that's basically all I can really say about it, really. I could do an entire video on really why it was bad, but it's not what I want to talk about. But like I say, the idea was that it was going to become the main attraction for the site, but it didn't. And now he's bringing back the Nostalgia Critic. It'll be good. It probably will be good because Nostalgia Critic was always very good, and even the bad episodes of Nostalgia Critic still had a lot of good hits on them. But when you look at them as a business, they have a huge, huge flaw. And that is, they have a very serious problem, I'd say, with marketing and PR. Now, they have to solve the PR situation first, because whenever something bad happens, it's always to do with one of their contributors saying something bad or starting an argument over Twitter about something really stupid. And what he really needs to do is he needs to either A, hire a proper PR person that can keep them under control and have basically authority over their Twitter accounts. They may not like it, but in the long term it will probably do more good than harm, because as a brand they represent Channel Awesome as well as themselves. And if they say something bad on Twitter, then it reflects badly on Channel Awesome as well as that guy with the glasses. Which in turn feeds over into marketing, because none of these firms and companies will want to advertise with Channel Awesome or that guy with the glasses. But yet there is such a potential for them to advertise, and at the moment they're relying on the blip advertising revenue, and yet there is so much other revenues which they could get. Website banners, they don't seem to do this, and I can't figure out why. Whether or not, he just doesn't want to sort of sell that space, but considering the fact that he would probably have choice over who gets that space, that would be quite advantageous. And not only that, this is a big thing which they've all started to do, and it's really annoyed me, is they've started to put blip adverts right in the middle of the videos. Now, Doug started this, and he did it well. He actually made it almost like a joke within itself, which was quite good. But there's missing something hugely. That advert itself could be actually made by them for other websites, and they could put it in and get advertising revenue off it. And I've not understood why they've done this, because now they've got a studio. So Doug can basically go to, let's take Linkara as an example, who does the comic book issues. They could go to someone like Comixology and go, right, you advertise, you sell comics, let me make a short advert for you, or you can make a short advert and then you can put it, in Linkara's video as like the midpoint, or at the beginning, at the end of the video, to advertise your company. and, you know, sell some products. And you basically, you know, you can basically say to them, you know, what, I'm just trying to think, well, what advertising, how much it would cost now. Say about, let's say about £300 for 6 adverts permanently embedded within his videos. So they'll be at a midpoint or at something like that. And then again, it's advertising revenue, and I don't understand why he hasn't done this, because Doug, that guy with the glasses, I'd say at the moment, is sort of ahead of the curve. But I don't know if they realise they're ahead of this at the moment, because everything at the moment is going towards internet television. There's going to be a massive push within the next couple of years of this is going to happen. And at the moment, they are at a forefront where they can do and they can test these things out. So, them being ahead, they can really take advantage of this. They can find out what works and what doesn't, because when this sort of happens, this experimentation will happen. And when the other channels finally catch up and they try to do this experimentation, they'll be ahead of it. They'll know what works. They'll know what doesn't work. They can go to the companies they want and say, look, this advertising scheme works. The one that, you know, something like, I don't know, ABC are offering doesn't work. So, you know, you get more advertising and more traffic, you know, you'd sell more products if you advertise with us. But then, this again feeds into other things of, there are so many other companies, like, you know, Comixology, they could do advertise with. There are, you know, independent game developers they could advertise with. There's all sorts of, like, geek comic stores and stuff like that they would love to absolutely advertise with, and they're not doing it. And there's such a huge potential that they actually have, and I almost feel that they're wasting it. But before they can do any of that marketing, they have to sort out their PR. Because the PR at the moment it's very bad. Because you have people saying stuff on there. I mean, to go back to the Spoonie incident, which happened a couple of months ago, where he sort of, you know, he made a joke. You know, granted, some people thought it was funny. Heck, even Nash, the guy who was her boyfriend, actually commented it on and laughed at it. You know, she didn't think of anything of it. But then a month later, Obscurus Lupa comes in and really starts hammering on Spoonie. And that just sort of really spiraled out, because as contributors on the same website, they should sort of have a professional cohesion. Personally, they can do whatever they want, but professionally, it's very bad when they do that, because it makes them look very bad and it will scare away advertisers. So, my message to him is, get someone in PR and have everyone hand over their Twitter account information, and basically have that person control it. Because if something bad happens, they can delete it, whatever, and get rid of it. Now, they may disagree, but it will sort out your PR situation. It will sort it out beyond... It will sort it out. And then once you've sorted that out, you can then focus on this marketing. Because now that you have a studio, you can go to them, well, you can make your own adverts, or you can pay us a bit extra and we'll make the adverts for you. So again, it's another source of revenue that I don't know if they've seemed tapped into or not, but anyway, that's my sort of take on it.